big beast mastodon. Actually, I can summon two, yeah, a pair of them. And then we also get dark rites. Lich and all of his companions in a 30-foot radius cast spells as if their caster level was 2 levels higher. That's fantastic. And we get an ability, and that is going to be second Bloodline, Arcane. And we are going to take a Lizard Familiar. Yep. It gives us a bonus to our AC and a +2 bonus on perception checks. I mean, there's lots of choices here. But honestly, the plus to AC is going to be nice. And then we want to go... God, what have we been doing? I totally forgot about this part. Okay, I need to back out. Yeah. Let's look at our character sheet. Okay. So we've been doing Knowledge Arcana and Lore Nature. Okay. Now we can go back in. Second Bloodline, Arcane, Lizard. So we can do Lore Nature right here. New Arcana. At 9th level, you can add any one spell from the Sorcerer Wizard spell list to your list of known spells. The spell must be of a level that you're capable of casting. You can also add one additional spell at 13th and 17th level. So there are some fantastic spells here. And there's some great math spells too, like Owl's Wisdom. And as a sorcerer, since we don't have access to a lot of spells, let's go with... We go Tsunami? Or maybe we go with... I think that's a touch attack, though. All right, let's go Mind Blink Communal. Next. And we're also going to go with... Oh. Is it here? Do I already have it? I may already have it. Well, I don't have it here on the list, that's for sure. I think I may already have it. I wish I could check my spell book right now. But either it is what it is, I suppose. How about protection? Protection from spells. Let's take that. And then we get to pick an 8th level spell. Potent Death Spell deals 1d6 points of damage per caster level to living creatures. Yeah, see, I can't use that right now. What else do we have? Chanting an unholy litany, you reach out with a grasping motion toward your target and cause its heart to leap out of its chest and into your hand. Target with 200 or fewer hit points remaining that fails its saving throw is instantly killed. If it has more than 201 hit points that fails its saving throw, manage to keep its heart from leaping out of its chest, but still staggered for 1 minute and takes 1d4 points of constitution drain, 1d4 points of constitution bleed. Regardless of its current hit points, if the target succeeds, it is staggered for 1 round as it feels its heart wrenching within its chest. Let's do that. Sounds cool, right? Death Clutch. Ooh, 9th level. We will pick up Tsunami. It's on the list. Hold on. There we go. You create a massive wave of water that then moves in a straight line across land at a speed of 50 feet per round. Creatures struck by a tsunami take 24d6 points of bludgeoning damage. Fort save for half. In addition, every creature must save on a combat maneuver check, athletics check, or mobility check against the DC of the spell, or be knocked prone and carried along by the wave. Freedom of movement prevents a creature from being carried along by the tsunami, but does not prevent damage caused by it hitting it. Nice. And we are done. Now I want to open my spellbook here. Oh, I do have it. Good. Yeah, Sea Mantle. That's fantastic. I wasn't sure if I had it or not. Okay.
I'm losing my temper.
Mount up. And let's go ahead and apply our buffs. Actually, okay, so we're getting bark skin. I don't know that that's actually going to do anything for him, but that's all right. Better to have it, not need it, right? Magical Vestment Armor is also going to go on him. He doesn't carry a shield. So I don't need Bone Shield, because I would rather have... let's remove that and go Sea Mantle. All right. Those are our normal buffs that get applied. I probably need to spend a little bit of time looking through this, making sure that we're not missing anything. Because I never apply any of the resist elements or anything like that in this, because we don't know what we're going to be dealing with, as well as I don't do Death Ward. Because again, there's no use in wasting that slot if we're not going to be needing Death Ward in a fight. All right. So we have 24 long spells. 3 short spells. Our short spells are going to be, I think, I'm actually talking with the author of this mod to include somewhere on each of the cards what the default duration is. So that if you are using this mod, you can look and go, okay, Stone Skin is going to last this long. So, all right, I think we're good. This once used to be a working portal, it seems, but now the gates are inactive and lifeless. The stone at the entrance to these gates looks worn, so there's no doubt they saw frequent use. Alright. That's a weird camera movement there. The stones of the arch emit a revolting high-pitched shriek. In response to these vibrations, the particles of ash and grit under your feet float upward. They gather toward and violently twist themselves into a whirlwind, at the heart of which an ember of magic flame ignites. The fire becomes brighter until you see a strange city inside the flames, featuring aerial spires, staircases that lead into the void, and streets entangled in a way that contradicts any logic or common sense. You see buildings that seem to be caught in an endless loop of crumbling and rebirth from ruin, islands that float in the ether, and alleyways that disappear and reappear again, in a different location a few moments later. The city is reminiscent of a grimacing clown, one that makes mocking faces and changes his expression every second. Here and there you see other glints of light flashing on the city streets. After you look closer, you realize that the lights radiate from other arches, similar to the one before you. A gold coin with Baphomet's mark, which you found on Darazan's body, reacts to the revolting sound by vibrating. The coin appears to be an enchanted item set to resonate magically with the arch, possibly serving as some sort of serving as a tool of some sort. Figure out what we're seeing. You notice that the entire city appears to be littered with an intricate network of portals, with the arches serving as artifacts allowing you to access the alien network. Interacting with the arches seems to require formulating a clear request in your mind, at which point the magic will transfer you to another portal along the network. Let's do this. It's quite obvious that this strange contract was not designed for mundane use, only transporting users to specific arches that they are allowed to visit. It's likely that some kind of system of magical marks is used, quite possibly shaped into tangible objects to provide access to various arches. Before you get one such token, all the destination points will be closed to you. The stones are cut in quite a rough manner, while the magical symbols appear to be drawn without too much diligence. It's quite unlikely that the architect of such an intricate network would have demonstrated such a lack of finesse. By all appearances, this arch is handmade, somehow connected to the web of portals, and illicitly used for personal gain. Identify the place you are seeing. Judging by the surreal architecture, its chaotic conglomerations of houses right in the middle of the streets, by the large number of islands that hover in the air or float in random directions, what you see is some sort of demonic city. I'll leave for right now. Oh my god, this camera movement is kind of crazy. We have a cave here. There's like no fog here. It's interesting. Okay, so before we go into the cave, we'll continue checking out the wider world, and it looks like we have reached the end of the wider world. So we are definitely going to have to use that portal. Oh, speaking of that,
Else we miss all the fun.
let's get this guy going. There we go. What is that? Oh, Command Undead. That's what I was looking for before, right? So there it is. It will attack your opponents to the best of its ability. However, intelligent creatures will try to throw off the domination, making a will saving throw each round. That's cool. There it is. Okay, so let's go check out the cave first. Let's go check out the cave first. Maybe this is where the crystals come from, huh?
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
A wounded succubus here. Though it seems incredible, the deformed succubus's body still contains a flicker of life. As you approach, she opens her eyes, her lips crusted with blood release a groan. You, Baphomet spawn, run through your portal. You run too, 𝐂𝐴simar. You think you're strong, but Our Lady in Shadow is stronger. She will get her revenge anyway. Major blood loss. The puncture wounds are deep and blood is filling her body cavities. Commander, I have some means to ease her pain. It's too late to try and save her, but at least we can spare her suffering. Remember how many of her pals you've killed just recently, cleric? What are you trying to prove to yourself? That you're not a merciless killer, but a good man willing to show some care even to a dying demon? Not trying to prove anything. I simply relieve the suffering of others. This war has brought enough death, pain, and violence. The world won't be any worse than it already is if the succubus passes away quietly and without good additional torment. Who did this to you? 𝐂𝐴simar. I've been following them, wanted to warn Our Lady, curse on Baphomet and his spawn. What were they doing? Crystals. They were mining crystals. They said it's to attack the Crusaders, but I believe they want to attack the realm of Our Lady in Shadow. Our enemies fight each other in the Abyss instead of attacking Golarion with their joined forces. That was to be expected, but it's still nice to hear. We just got here and we're already tangled up in some web of intrigue. How's that for dumb luck? The one who maimed you, where did they go? Through the portal. Are you chasing them? Find them. I'll get my revenge even after I die. My key. I've got it hidden in a lesser shaft, not the one with the bones, and another one in a bigger shaft among the old tools. Find them. Follow their trail through the portal. All right. Find them.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
That's some big bones. Elven notes? Nice. Why won't it let me pick up some things? It's weird. See, like that worked just fine. Key to the Nexus Portals. Nice. Okay. Make sure we didn't... Oh. The mine shaft descends into incredible depth, and there are depleted veins and empty ducts as far as the eye can see. Okay. Midnight Fane. Oh, there was something there. It's all right. Pick this up. We gotta go back up that way anyway. Not the ones with the bones, she said, right? A midden of enormous bones that likely came from giants. Here and there, rusty slave collars glint in the dust.
Wherever my legs carry me.
These half-rotten remains of a giant are missing an arm. This one was probably mutilated while he was still alive. We're not missing any perception checks, so that's good. Oh, it's Suture. What is he doing here?
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards!
You hear some muttering coming from a pile of bones. Gone. They're all gone and left me with nothing. Been searching and searching, but there's not even a trace. A large giant skull shakes, and an old acquaintance of yours, the drudge called the Suture, climbs out from under it, grumbling and groaning. He notices you, he blinks, and then he says in a tone of extreme melancholy, "Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? Can't you see for yourself? I've been browsing decorations for my newest luxurious palace with a view of 𝐭𝐻 best beaches." The drudge mumbles, then without missing a beat, he states wistfully, "I was on my way to see Mistress Areelu, but I can't teleport while I'm like this. Every lousy Brimmerock can do it, but I can't. All I could do was reach the Midnight Fane and slip into the rift. But now I can't go no further, so I've been searching for portal keys. You've seen those big things up there on the surface? They were kept closed most of the time so the slaves wouldn't run away. They can be opened with special keys. If I was lucky enough to find such a key, I would have left this nasty place in a heartbeat, and then who knows, maybe I could have found Mistress Areelu. Is she around here somewhere?" "You're a funny lad, you are. My mistress, she's like the wind. One moment she's here and the next she's gone, but she loves coming to the abyss. I would have found her by now if I could get out of here." "What is this place?" "It's a little burrow dug by Baphomet's rats in the mansion of the illustrious Lady 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐽. A former burrow, that is. Once I visited this place with my mistress Areelu on business, and this place was abuzz with life. The slaves were working, the slave drivers were tormenting them, and 𝐂𝐴simar was choking the life out of both. You know 𝐂𝐴simar, do you? Nasty horn-headed Nephilim, and Baphomet's daughter to boot. Now there's no one here. As soon as I saw you, I knew right away why they all fled." "Where'd the bones come from?" "They belong to the giants who used to work in these mines. You don't think Baphomet's minions dug the rocks by their own hands, do you? This mine was depleted first, so they converted it into a dump. Every time an enslaved giant died, they dumped the carcass here. I'm here to find the source of the 𝐻𝐻𝐿 crystals. Do you know anything about that?" "Oh, you've just found one. Good for you. This is the mine where they used to dig the crystals, but it was long ago. They depleted it and then they left. So the crystals can be simply mined." "Simply enough, but not that simply. They can be mined all right, but the crystals are very rare and extremely expensive, and that's all I know. Are there any other mines like this one?" "There are several more on the island as far as I can see. They all must have been depleted too. Baphomet's gang couldn't have left this place if they had even a slim chance of finding more crystals. As for there being more mines elsewhere, I don't know." "How long have the demons known of the secret?" "What is this secret you're talking about? Those crystals can be used in many ways. If you're talking about magical powers that can be extracted from a crystal and poured into a demon, no one could ever do it before my mistress. Even now, only a select few know how to do it. My mistress, Lord Baphomet, and Deskari are no fools to share this kind of knowledge with the entire abyss." So quick to understand, aren't we? Alright, gotta go. You know what? You better look around really closely. Mayhap you'll find a key, a portal key. It looks like a faded piece of glass. But if it's filled with power, it'll shine purple. I'll walk around too, search some more. Alright, Suture. The giant bones look like they've been gnawed on. Tasty. Oh, like that one. Okay, cool. The stone is gouged and crumbled, and traces of glowing purple dust can be seen in several places. Suture, if you just come a little bit further. Boots of Stampede. The wearer of these boots adds their rank and athletic skill as a bonus to the damage roll on a successful charge attack. Could it possibly be for the cavalier on the horse who charges all the time? I think so. Hide of a magical creature. A hide skin from a magical creature as it retains some of its magical properties. Such material is greatly valued by artisans who craft charmed items. Cool. All right. So, yes. Boots. These boots were made for walking, let me tell you. So now he gets to add this to his charge attack rolls. Is it attack or damage? No, damage. Yeah. Yeah, he gets to add that. Plus 25 to his damage rolls. Not bad. See, this guy just keeps getting better. I even came up with a story for him. We didn't actually pay for him. We just brought him here. He was wanting to come work for us, being a vampire and all, and fiercely hating the demons. Because he's a Hell Knight, right? Now, wasn't there something up here? I thought I saw something like right over here.
What's in wait for me there?
Oh, 𝐂𝐴𝐵𝐾. Takes you a moment to recognize the ghostly floating figure of 𝐂𝐴𝐵𝐾 the Lich. His dry, rasping voice fills your ears as he begins to lecture you angrily. Student, where have you been all this time? I finished my research, studied the crystal you brought me, and where were you? Do you not think I have languished in my prison long enough? How are you trying to test my patience? How'd you get here? It's a projection, student, a simple trick. You may even be able to master it someday if you follow my orders diligently and stop wasting my time with such ridiculous questions. I'm searching for new sources of strength and power. Don't waste your time with worthless nonsense. I am the only one who can give you true power. Well, we shall have to find a way to use your absence to your advantage. I completed my examination of the vessel you brought me, and though I do not understand how it connected to your soul, something else has been made clear to me. From my examination of the crystal vessel, I can conclude that this magical item has somehow come into contact with your spiritual essence. The traces of your essence lingered within the vessel like drops of wine in an empty jug. After a close inspection of these tiny remnants of your soul, I can say that it is very strong. It is certainly much stronger than that of a mortal. It's more akin to the soul of an ancient dragon or a demigod, perhaps even an imperial or demon lord. No matter, it has resisted my spells and my attempts to free it from your body. In order to perform the ritual, we have to find a way to weaken your soul. Weaken my soul. Okay? You were just searching, glanced, and says something. You were just lucky. I'm not sure how much of a powerful soul, or how you have such a powerful soul. I must admit, I do find it somewhat ironic that such a strong soul is contained in such an average host. You really are completely ordinary in all respects, save one. Thanks. Have you encountered a soul like mine? No. I do not think that mortal souls could possess this much power, or energy and power. You are an anomaly. I do not understand how your mortal body could contain such a powerful soul. It is almost intriguing. But what do you know of the object? It's a magical item, but its purpose escapes me. Such items can be used for ritualistic purposes in a dozen different ways. I myself once had a similar copper jug. I would speak words of power and then store them in the jug until I was ready to use them. How do we make my soul weaker? How would I know? I've never encountered a problem like this before. Normally, the soul has to be strengthened so that it can endure the separation from the body without slipping away to Pharasma. The problem we're facing is not easy, and I see no solution at present. But if you wish to gain mastery over death, you must first gain mastery over yourself. A candidate for immortality must have patience and self-control. Wait for a solution to present itself. Be attentive and use discernment. You will find the answer eventually. Until then, you will just have to wait. Before you disappear, can you tell me how the Crusade's going? That pathetic fool Galfrey had the sense not to let an opportunity go to waste. She's made every effort to build on your success by launching an offensive to the west, and she enjoys somewhat greater popularity among the soldiers than you do. However, I doubt that comes as a surprise. The common folk have never been able to appreciate those above them,